Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I'm very excited to share with you this brand new Edge model from THUDM, which is GLM. GLM stands for General Language Model. They have not only released this Edge Vision 2 billion, but also they have released a lot of other variants, for example 1.5 billion and then 5 billion. Some of them are text to text in this family and some of them are vision models. In vision, I believe they have not only this 2 billion but also a 5 billion variant. All of these models are designed to be deployed on edge devices or mobile devices, and I believe that if you're looking to deploy a model on edge, I think you should be starting with 2 billion because that is sort of a sweet spot and it will give you more bang for the buck because it might fit onto your phone on your edge devices and won't require that much of a VRAM. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can get it installed locally. We will also test it out on few of the vision tasks around different images. Now before I do that, let me allow to give you a bit more information about this model because a couple of things are quite interesting about this, and instead of you reading the whole research paper around it, let me give you those two unique things. So these models, as I mentioned earlier, GLM stands for General Language Model. It has been designed to perform well on a wide range of language tasks, including understanding NLP or natural language, generating text and understanding images too. To train the GLM, these researchers have used a technique called as autoregressive blank infilling, and that is what is unique about it. Blank infilling means that these researchers took a piece of text and randomly removed some words or phrases, replacing them with blanks. Autoregressive means that model was then trained to fill in the blanks one word at a time using the context of the surrounding words to make predictions. This is quite unique, I would say. And then after this, these people found out that GLM performed better than any other language model on a range of tasks, including natural language understanding and text generation. They also found out that GLM could be fine tuned for specific tasks by adjusting the number and length of the blanks. So overall, I have found out these GLM's model quite responsive, quite flexible and powerful, as you can see on the channel. I already have been covering this GLM model for months and months, and in different variants for voice, for images and all the modalities, always found out them quite good. One of my favorite model is this one, GLM 49 billion long writer, which is quite good in generating long text. Maybe you can write a novel or short story, even a long story. Pretty good model in my humble opinion. I did the video on it around 3 months ago, but there are a lot of other models. This one is also quite good, Code G. Okay, I could go on and on, but let's go and try to get this new model installed on our local system. And these same commands would be valid for other models too, but I might also cover the text model. But let's now do this vision model for now. This is my terminal where I'm running Ubuntu 22.04, and this is my GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. If you're also looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, I will drop the link to the website of Mast Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU. And to put icing on the cake, I will also give you 50% discount coupon, which you will also find in the video's description. Okay, so let's try to get this thing installed. First, let's create a virtual environment. And now let me install all the prerequisites, which include Torch Vision. Make sure you install transformers and diffusers from the source because those are the only libraries from the source which are supporting this brand new model. And this is going to take 4 to 5 minutes. All the prerequisites are done, and now I'm installing my Jupyter notebook. This is going to launch it in the browser. Okay, so first now let's import the libraries and download the model. And I'm going with this, as I said, let's go with 2 billion here. I'm not going to go with 5 billion. And the model is being downloaded, as you can see. Let's wait. The model size is very small, just over 4 gig, which is quite nice. I think that should be quite sufficient for the edge devices. And the model is downloaded. Let's do the inference. So I'm just going to provide it a local image, which is this. And then in a very usual way, we are going to open that image with Pillow's image, and then we are applying the chat template or converting that image and the text prompt where we are asking it describe this image. Tokenizer is converting it to numerical representations or tokens. Model is generating the output with some hyperparameters and then giving us the response back. It is just saying 100. Maybe I'll just go with 500 just to make it more. And then we are printing out the response. Let me run it. And there you go. Look at the response. Let me put the image too. So you see, it says the image depicts a serene sunset scene with a warm, vibrant color palette dominated by the shades of orange and yellow, describing it quite well. And then it is saying transitioning from a deep orange near the horizon to a lighter yellow as it ascends. How good is that? And then in the foreground, there's a silhouette of a tree. That's correct. And then in the midground, there are two kangaroos, one larger. It was unable to do the third one, but it's fine. I'm just checking if it was able to identify the birds. Doesn't seem like it, but not bad. I think for a 2 billion model, still it has got it all right. And I don't see any hallucinations here, which is quite important when it comes to these vision models. Okay, so let's try out another one. I'm going to do the OCR now. Now in this next one, I'm asking it to extract the text from this image, and this is the image. And I have provided it the local image here. Let me run it. And while it runs, let me also check the VRAM consumption. So there you go, just over 4 gig, which is quite good. I think we can use it on any commodity hardware, even on a good CPU, I believe. Okay, so there you go. So let's see how the OCR goes. So the quick prawn fox, yes, that's correct. Dollar sign alphanumeric characters are good. Percentages, that is good. And then it has also did quite well when it comes to non-English languages. It has even identified these umlauts on top of Rapida and all that. So pretty nice. You can see that I don't see any major mistake here. Looks all good to me. Yep, all good. So this is pretty nice. Let's try out one more. Next up, I have given it this image of two humans, two female standing with each other, and I'm asking it what is the gender of humans in this image and what could be their relation. So let's see. It says the image shows two individuals, one of them wearing a hat, which is correct, and the other is not. The person wearing the hat is wearing a blue jacket and black pants, while the other is wearing a white jacket. The gender of the individuals cannot be determined from the image alone, as they are both wearing clothing that is typically. However, the presence of a hat suggests that the person wearing it might be a male. Totally wrong. The relation between two individuals cannot be determined from image alone. So it couldn't do um, the relationship, which is understandable. That is hard, but I think it should be able to identify the gender because there are a lot of hints there. So I think half of it is right, but the rest of it is not. But that is fine. I think still it has described it quite well, which is nice. And it has, if you really notice, it has just it has done the prompt adherence quite good. It hasn't really described anything else like what sort of topology is this, background, foreground, and all that stuff. It is quite nice. Okay, next up I have given is this black and white image of Sydney, and then I'm asking it which city is shown in the image. So it says the image shows the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Sydney skyline, which are characteristics of the beautiful Sydney, Australia. The iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge is a prominent feature in the image, and the skyline is in the background is recognizable as a cityscape. How good is that? So look, I believe model is quite good. There is no doubt about it, and most of the stuff it has got right. So towards the end, just to teach the model, I'm going to give it this image, black and white image of city of Lahore, which is based in Pakistan. So let's see if it is able to do that. It says yes. The image shows Fort Lahore, which is historical fort located in Lahore, Pakistan. The fort is significant landmark in the city, that is quite interesting, by the way. Very nice. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this model. I will drop the link to it in video's description. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.